Okay, let's begin. So welcome to Eat with the Owner.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And your name?
My name is Kerry Zhang.
Kerry Zhang.
So Kerry Zhang.
Yeah. Zhang is a very famous Chinese name.
Yeah. So I saw statistics. They say that there's more people with Zhang family name than Canadian people in the world.
Really?
Like
30 million, yeah. 30.
More than that, yeah.
Yeah, Zhang is very popular. But like for us, like the first generation Chinese, like we move here, we choose the English name. But your name is on the passport, right? Kerry.
Right. So actually, I'm born here. That's why my parents decide to choose like an English name.
Yeah, so Kerry
in French as well. Yeah.
Great. To save some time, we can start ordering now.
Sure.
And check the menu here. To look at the menu.
Yeah. I've been here a couple times already, so I'm pretty familiar.
You like Canada chicken,
right? Not necessarily.
Yeah, it's good.
I like everything. Yeah, the food is pretty good here.
Yes.
So I came here like 2 days ago. So maybe we try something. 3 days ago. So maybe we try something.
You did not have last time.
Didn't have last time. So how should we do it? You choose one?
You choose. Everything should be fine because it's your choice, and it's all you can eat. So all you can eat a buffet.
Thanks. Can we have one of these?
Okay. Okay. Noodle salad. Yeah.
I think these two we didn't have last time.
Okay, that's very sweet though. It's good. It's okay. Sweet. It's more like.
It's okay. We'll try it out. I think I never had that one.
Okay.
And this chicken maybe the 3-cup chicken.
Yeah, that one has bones. It's okay.
Bones?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's okay or?
It should be, but it's not looking
okay.
very nice.
Maybe we should get something else.
Spare ribs is fine. The bones are easy to come off. Yeah.
No problem. I think the rest I've tried everything. So.
But how about the spicy Sichuan pot? It's very spicy. The other one here. This one is a little bit crazy. Sichuan spicy pot.
We can give
you okay with the spicy?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Okay, something else?
Maybe one more vegetable? Or?
Yeah. Vegetable, which one you did not have before? Or the sweet spice fried tofu? Oh. But this one you had a green beans for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I don't mind. We can get the green beans again if I know that's a good one.
Yeah, green beans. Or this one. Tomato julienne.
Okay, we can get that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Or another one. Plus another. This one I want to try. Sweet spicy
let's go for that one then.
Okay, so we got 5. I ate a lot yesterday. I did the video, so
already
I need to lose weight. Yeah, 2 days in a row. That's very, very tough on my weight.
You don't eat in the morning though, right? You don't just eat one meal a day. So.
Yeah, but even have a big meal, my weight will go up a lot. Sweet spicy tofu. But every time if I have a guest on the video, I always eat a lot. It's a respect.
Yeah, I understand. It's no waste of food, right?
No, it's respect the guests, you know.
Understand.
You have to eat with them.
Yeah, for sure. You can't just be there and just talk and not eat anything. I understand.
And steamed rice as well?
Sure.
Okay, I got steamed rice. I lose weight tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna bring this downstairs and the camera will still be on.
Perfect.
Okay, don't do something silly, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess still going up. So we've been knowing each other for 11 or 12 years, right? Long
Yeah,
time.
since no more than that, since maybe 2008, 2008,
2008 or 9.
14
But what
years,
year you were born?
1997.
So 1997. Let's
Yeah.
say if first time I played soccer with you, probably 2010, I believe, because Lao Xiao introduced me when I was working the
So,
company.
yeah, well,
So that one, if it's 2010, you will be 13 years old.
I think even 2009, actually, the first time I started. Remember the small field we were playing
Yeah,
near
yeah.
the riverside?
Yeah. Because your last several days, I asked your dad, like, what year he started in the team, but he did not start the 2008. Lao Yu was the first batch, first people.
Right,
Yeah, so
right.
so your dad joined a little bit 1 year or two
1
after.
year, right.
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning, I maybe came like a couple times a year, not much,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like
I joined probably 2010, to be honest.
really okay.
Yeah, because
so maybe
yeah,
maybe I was 13.
because 2012 I started writing the game blogs.
Okay.
Yeah, game blogs like game summaries 2012.
Right.
And the first article I wrote about the game is like the game like a Ronaldo game.
Okay.
So I mentioned that first match game summary. What is the diary? What is that called? So the first I wrote like today we have a new guy called Ronaldo.
Okay, yeah, I remember what
So
you said.
Yeah, so that's 2012. So I became the team secretary probably a year before. Yeah,
Okay,
probably a year
makes
before.
sense. I just remember you still had the same shirt back then.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
England shirt.
Yeah,
and
England,
the
Brazilian.
famous Brazilian shirt, right, with the long hair.
This one I got it. I bought it in London, like
In London?
yeah,
Okay.
2003.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you've been wearing it ever since.
Yeah,
Basically.
2003, 19
Brings
years.
you luck.
Yeah.
This shirt.
It's a real authentic one. It's an
Nice.
authentic
Yeah, it's
one.
nice.
Yeah, it's
But all these
expensive.
years and it still looks like brand new.
Yeah. So 1997. That's amazing. So you're only 25 years old. 24.
24.
Yeah, 24. Yeah.
Soon 25. Yeah.
That's
couple
amazing.
weeks.
You are the second generation.
Right.
You
so
were born here. Yeah.
I was born here, exactly. So maybe we tell the audience how we met.
Yeah, it's like we belong to a team, soccer team, local Chinese team.
Yeah.
Shanghai team.
Yeah. So basically, my father was a. Well, you came first, right? Before my father.
No, your father came
first
before me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then back then maybe we had like 10 people.
10, 12.
10, 12
But
people.
we had sometimes like one Sunday we had 14 people showed up for a small field.
Yeah.
Sometimes more people came during the game. Like a lot of times we have to switch fields because we had more people for the small field. We had 20 some people, so in the middle of the game we had to
switch up,
switch it to drive to another big field.
Right?
Yeah, big field, like a full field.
But it happened also like we're not enough. I remember maybe sometimes
only less than 12.
10. Yeah, exactly.
Less,
So we couldn't even like be for no problem. So we weren't even like have enough players for a full game.
Yeah.
And like
a little bit not organized well. So I guess that time around 2012, 11, I kind of volunteered to be a little bit organizing. Like at the beginning, I was taking everybody's email to send them email. This Sunday, are you going to show up or not? So I was counting how many people are going to show up to decide like we go to the small field or the full field.
I remember that. Yeah.
So that was
we wouldn't know beforehand. But it's amazing, like you said in the beginning. Maybe there was only us, right? Like as a Chinese soccer team in Montreal. Maybe there was one more.
Yeah, well, several. But,
several already.
Several already. Like, but like a lot of them they disbanded already.
Right. Yeah. But now you can see there's like
10
at least,
10
right?
Chinese
and all of them have like 20 plus players. So many more Chinese soccer players now. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's like your dad is great. So when he plays soccer, he brought you and your brother, older brother. So it's great family. I always say like like a soccer family.
Yeah,
It's a father, two sons together.
yeah, it's fun even until today, right?
Yeah,
We
all
still,
the time you play together. That's kind of amazing.
exactly, keeps a good bond
Yeah.
between us
Yeah.
for sure.
So about 2010, you were only 13. I was
Right.
defending you all the time. Like that time, I was only, what is that? How old I was 31 years old. 31-year-old myself. So I was running kind of.
You're running a lot back then, eh?
Yeah. Right now the age is really bad. Age is a killer.
No, even now you're one of the ones in the team
Yeah,
who have good cardio, right?
Yeah. It's really bad. But that time you were only 13 years old. So being 12 years. Jeez, we're playing together for 12 years.
Yeah, exactly. Every Sunday, almost from 8 to 10.
Yeah, 8 to 10 every Sunday. Played 12 years.
Yeah.
Except sometime in the pandemic.
During the pandemic, yeah.
Pandemic, we play a lot of summer as well. Only we missed one winter season.
Right.
It's only the 2020 that winter season we canceled. I guess we missed one or half of the winter season. But all the summer we played on and off. We missed several weeks, but all the summer season we still played outside. But we could miss when they had different rules.
Yeah.
2021, 20 the summer. Every time in the pandemic, the summer, we used to have very few cases, right? So it was relaxing. The whole restriction was relaxing during the summer. So the outdoor games like a little bit okay. Sometimes even it's not okay, we played.
Yeah.
Once a while, breaking little rules.
Yeah, once we went and I don't know if you remember, the police came and they kicked us out.
Oh yeah.
One of the fields, one time.
We have to put
this
your
social
mask.
Distance.
No, have mask like on our arm.
Right. Oh yeah. Just in case.
Just in case, like.
Yeah, those are crazy times. Shows how much we like
we're
soccer,
silly.
right?
Yeah, we're silly. Like even the rules like back then, if you look back from today where we are in the pandemic, like the mask thing, and even today or a few years after, probably look back is a little bit silly. I guess it's overkill.
Yeah, with the curfew, eh?
Yeah, curfew, everything.
Really, yeah. Who would have thought?
Yeah. But but you are the second. You were born here, so what is your perspective on you, when you were 13, hanging out with us, playing game with our old generation, you did not want to talk to us, right? It's like
yeah. So especially when I was younger, I was more on the shy side, I'd say. So.
But the Mandarin was perfect at that time, right?
My Mandarin got much better since
much
playing
better.
with you guys
so
and
playing soccer.
practicing. Yeah, for sure. It helped a lot, my Mandarin skills. So I'm really appreciative of that. But yeah, for sure. In the beginning, well, like I said, I was pretty shy, so I wasn't.
But even the stuff we joked about, we talked about, you.
I didn't really understand.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's for sure when you're younger, it's harder to like. Yeah, I just played soccer because I liked it, but I didn't spend too much time chatting with you guys, right? Because I didn't understand everything either. Yeah,
because like that time, I guess we were calling your father Xiao Zhang. He was not that old that time, and then I'm 10 years or 15 years younger than him, so I still call him Xiao Zhang. And then sometime when he got a little bit older and in like 40 something years old, 50 years old, we call him Zhang Dui, Captain Zhang. Zhang. And then you call him Zhang Dui as well.
I started calling you the same way as you guys, for sure.
I don't know at the beginning, did you call him Xiao Zhang or not? That would be really weird. Xiao Zhang is little, right?
I don't remember, That
would be really
I think
weird.
I just called him Dad back then. Like I spoke mostly, I think, English when I was younger, because I wasn't really confident in speaking Chinese.
But do you see that time the way the people growing up here? So it's seeing even your own parents. Do you think you have a little bit generation gap or something? The culture difference, because probably you will understand more culture here. We kind of a gangster, we like groups. Your father and your dad and us, we like groups, hang out together,
Well, I've always thought that, because my father, I mean, he built good relationships with you guys and good friends from playing soccer with the shared and same passion, right? I mean, obviously, I think since you guys were all Chinese, it was more relatable, speak the same language, understand the same things. I always thought it was good for him, you know, like since we got older. When we were younger, my father like spent the most of the time, you know, with me and my brother, bringing us to, I don't know, my brother's piano lessons, me to Chinese school or to my soccer games and whatnot. Once we got older, he had more free time, so I think it's good he found a soccer team that he could, you know.
But do you understand, like, like our way, like the first generation or the little bit old people, our way of like we want to find a group, like all speaking Chinese, so we can try to have a same hobby together, you know, same activities, so to have kind of a close relationship. So like you have people to talk to, have fun with, you know. But for like people young as you growing up here, do you find like you need to find somebody like the same ethnicity, or like some people just want, okay, let's hang out more together.
Well, I understand it because, like I said, maybe there's things. Well, you can relate more, right? Because you understand you came from pretty much the same area, and well, not necessarily the same region in China, but a lot of things you guys grew up. Like,
but for you, I mean, I'm talking about for you, like do you want to like another Chinese kid or Chinese young person growing up here? Do you find like more like want to connect with this kind of people, like to them, like for example, similar background, like Canadian born Chinese, like
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Or like well, not necessarily, because a lot of what I learned is like I can relate more to people who were born here, right? As well, because I grew up here. But I mean, if I can still find a group of friends who have the similar backgrounds, whose parents are, you know, first generation immigrants.
But most time it's like other ethnic.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. So, I can friends from
with anybody.
Yeah, pretty much with anybody. But for sure, like people like who are similar to me, whose parents are first immigrants, is easier for me because there's a lot of things also that we grew up like the typical stereotypical, you know, Asian parenting or you know.
But you still have a lot of friends like this, or like from other backgrounds. Like it's a little bit significantly more like the same background, similar background, or like probably the same amount with other kind of backgrounds.
Well, I say like 50-50 maybe. It depends, you know, because I have friends from soccer, right? Friends from school, and friends who share similar backgrounds as well.
But do you like to form, like maybe this generation? Do you want to form a WeChat group or something like that? No, it's not a thing. It's for young people.
I'd say it's more difficult, right? Because especially for me, like my writing and reading in Chinese is not 100%.
No, I mean even English or French. Do you have some kind of chat groups, like in maybe WhatsApp or some other Facebook messages? So you use a lot of groups as well, or?
Well, we have a group, and like we didn't choose, but since like we do the similar activities and we go like eat out at Chinese restaurants, like at the end of the day we don't choose, like we only need like to have Chinese people, but it ends up to have mostly Chinese people who go out to the same place and do the same activities. So like we don't feel the need, but I think it's like it just ends up like this because.
But you use other chat groups as well.
Yeah, we have other chat
but
groups.
Not on the WeChat.
You know, I don't not really use WeChat until maybe this year.
It's more for business.
More for business. Before that, because like you want to use a social media app that your friends use, right? And
mostly WhatsApp, Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger. Sometimes WhatsApp.
But when you grow up, like I know you kind of starting what year you were really good at soccer? Do you recall? Or like soccer school?
Well, I started playing maybe I was 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
Because my father, like, he was always
Yeah.
really into soccer.
Yeah.
So when he could sign me up for a soccer team within very small fields, I started playing. And I don't know. I think I had a good athletic abilities when I was young. I always liked a lot to play sports and like to run.
But what year is any like some program like the Lake Shore? My daughter used to 4 or 5 as well. But what year they find probably they say, oh, this kid has a lot better potential. So probably they were putting you in a different group, give you like to kind of assign you like a better coach, a little bit more serious coach, right?
So actually, it depends. I know approximately when you're.
Okay. It's here. Okay. 谢谢. So, like for a lot of bunch of kids, like 4 or 5 years old, they all play like even don't know run to the ball. They run all directions.
So I know. So when you're 4 or 5 years old, you play in a local club, right? You play with people with the same city as you. And then when you turn, I think 12, you start to play intercity. So your parents can sign you up to play against like different cities, which is more serious.
Only 12? I thought like a 7, 8. There's some people say, oh, this kid is really playing, really knows the game, you know.
I'm not sure now. Maybe they start earlier. They have like soccer academies.
Yeah.
But from what I recall, it's really 12 years old.
Yeah.
Like I started to play intercity. And after that, like, you know, there's AA, AAA.
Yeah. So
different leagues.
Okay. So you're playing the. Is that the right? Give me 1 second. It could be the. Let me see. Is the.
What's wrong?
No, it's in the kitchen. We have. Yeah, I guess I put the wrong.
It's fine.
No, because it's supposed to be the sesame paste.
Okay.
And then I see it looks like the peanut sauce.
Peanut sauce?
Yeah,
no problem.
No, I
wait, no, keep it.
It's sweet. No, it's different. It's supposed to be.
It's fine.
No,
don't make another one for this.
No. I probably later I eat it myself.放错了，不是芝麻酱，放成花生酱，你让它重做一遍。我看着都不对，我这个放一遍啊。You see, it tells you I'm a professional cook now. I know exactly from the looks. That looks like it's not like.
Well, what's wrong with this one? Why do you have to have sesame paste?
Sesame paste, it has vinegar.
But that's a dish. This one was a dish as well, right?
Yeah, but you're not supposed to put the peanut butter sauce. Peanut butter sauce is really sweet.
Okay.
And the sesame paste is very different flavor. Okay. And then you on top of we to put some vinegar as well. Okay. And the vinegar together with peanut sauce.
It changes the taste.
That's
doesn't go
weird.
Together? Really?
No, it's so sweet, and then you have the vinegar flavor.
I'm sure it's fine.
No, it's not.
You have too high expectations.
No, it's just these two look alike. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you make mistake by mistaking the wrong one.
Yeah. Pretty incredible. You can tell with
from
just the color.
Yeah, I see. It's try this.
Thanks.
From the beginning of the pandemic, I spent almost every day in the kitchen, in the restaurant. So now I'm a little bit experienced cook or experienced
perfectionist right now, eh?
No, not yet, but still I can cook the half of the menu I can cook.
You cook it yourself?
Yeah. From the pandemic, because we're short of staff, I start learning the basics, the cooking.
Okay.
I was preparing the food, preparing everything for 8-9 years because I always help in the kitchen, but on and off because I had a full-time IT job. So after work, I came here. So I knew the kitchen things very well already. But the pandemic came, we lost some people in the staff, saved the cost. And also I start cooking the fried rice, Yangzhou fried rice, Thai fried rice, and a pad thai noodle with all those kind of noodle, simple ones.
So you started small. And
exactly. So taking the pace slowly and to make sure you're doing it properly. So start with the easy ones.
Did you take any classes or really?
No, just the chef cook will teach you.
Okay.
You've been there a long time, you watch them do every day. So I'm experienced now.
That's good.
It's like I call it full stack in the IT field.
Right.
Full stack, you know all the languages of programming languages, like a full stack. So I know I work in the front, cutting vegetables, prepare the food, everything now. It's full stack.
But it's good that you know all this because right now,
it's better,
as a business owner,
it's better to
be hands-on, right?
It's better. At the beginning, the way I kind of offhand is wrong. It's not good because you don't know your business.
Exactly.
So now it's better. It's getting better. After 2 or 3 years, probably I'm head of everything. I know inside out. It's going to help the business.
You think since the pandemic, I know with the Twitter tweet that got viral. Is your restaurant getting much more busy?
Yeah, it's that. Without that kind of publicity, probably we were bankrupt, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. When you sometimes we're mentally exhausted already. So during the pandemic, you worked for nothing almost.
Right.
And so you don't see the future of the business. Probably gonna decide to fold up.
Right.
But then that give you a kind of
a boost.
Yeah, a huge boost. You see the future. You see there's a hope. So also after that, a lot of orders, a lot of customers. That time still in the middle of the pandemic, so there's no dine-in, but a lot of deliveries, a lot of takeouts.
Right.
So that helped a lot.
And was it temporary, the increase, or
it
stabilized?
It stabilized, not the peak, staying the peak, but it's fall down a little bit, but it's still a lot better.
Still much better than before that.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Otherwise, something. That's why sometimes you're lucky. Is in the pandemic, everything's supposed to be really bad. And
I mean, yeah.
And then also it gave me not the chance, but forced me to have a lot of hands-on experience in the kitchen work. Without, it kind of changed everything. So I had to work in the kitchen as well. So also I had to work 7 days a week in the restaurant. So in the last 2 or 3 years, 2.5 years, I know a lot more than the whole 6 years before.
Before that, right?
Yeah. So it helps a lot. So at least I see if I work hard enough, it's not going to, the business will be not too bad.
Right. Yeah. At least
Yeah.
So the pandemic was could say a blessing in disguise, maybe. Right?
But I lost my IT job.
Right, during the pandemic.
It's an easy one.
But do you think you could be able to handle both at the same time right now? Impossible, right?
It's not supposed to be that way at the beginning. So I took advantage of, had more free time from the IT job. But it's not supposed to be that way.
Right.
If you do two things at the same time, exactly, you cannot do well.
Exactly.
That's simple thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But now I'm fully committed to the restaurant. Yeah, there's no choice. But today, actually, your experience probably, your story probably gonna help a lot of give a good reference to other young people here. Because it's not typical what you kind of your career path, or your when you was young, super young. It's very uncommon, I guess, because you took like almost professional soccer, right? It's a professional soccer, like
well,
a lot of other Chinese parents, they were fully commit their kids to academic, to study.
So I'm glad for that my parents, like, because when I was younger, I really wanted to play soccer, right?
But some people are gonna regret. Oh, I did not go to Harvard. You know, it's a. But you can only have one. At the same time, you can choose one path, right? 谢谢.
But I mean, what's cool, I think, here compared to China is that in some way you can manage both, right? Even if you commit like maybe you commit 100% to playing soccer, you can still continue your studies in high school. Whereas in China, I know a lot of athletes, right? They focus
all the time
on the sports,
so
they fall behind on the studies.
I mean, try this tofu.
Sure.
This one is a little bit deep fried. I don't eat this often.
No, eh? No. Yeah, this one is my first time too.
Yeah, it's one customer, like he every time he came here without asking, or every time the same.
Like this one.
Yeah. One time I recommend to I said, oh, if you like this one, I could recommend you the other dish called eggplant potato bell pepper 地三鲜.
This one is popular.
Yeah, and then he tried. I asked, how's it going? How is it? He said, it's good, but I still prefer the tofu.
Are you the one who made improvements to all the dishes?
No, not at all. No, they're all better than me on the cooking. So I'm the student.
Did you give any reviews, or it's mostly like they listen to customers and then you tell them?
Those would be the small adjustment. Maybe some is mostly complaining from customers say it's too salty or too sweet. Right. That's all. It's nothing to do with the dish itself. Some customers they just have they all like different tastes. Some of them the same one. They say like it's too sweet for me, or even the same cook the same dishes on 2 different days, very close. 2 days ago, same customer saying, I guess like you cooked very differently, or somebody changed in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a COVID, lost taste.
Never satisfy 100% of the customers, right? But yeah, we're saying for soccer, right?
Yeah. So, but 12, like what year, like you went like really fully committed to the soccer?
I was 14, because I remember back then. That's when the Montreal Impact.
Montreal Impact,
the professional soccer team.
Yeah, MLS.
Exactly. So that year they started to have academy for younger players.
Yeah, U16, right?
Yeah, U16. Exactly. That's when they started, and I was in the first batch of kids.
But you enrolled when you were 14.
Exactly.
But all kids the same age, or like they have some 13, 15, or age, or 14?
The youngest was 14 back then. No, I think they started even earlier, if I'm not mistaken. But back then there was a U16 team, which was like 14, 15 years old.
Okay. So how many of you?
In total, U16 maybe 30.
30 people?
30 people.
Wow, that's pretty tough to get in.
Yeah, was many tryouts for the team. Maybe for me, every city they choose one or two. Yeah.
I know in the West End we have Lakeshore Club. It's a big one. Lakeshore Club is really a big club. I guess they must have sent some kids there.
Yeah, we had players from Lakeshore, for sure. So from Montreal, South Shore, North Shore. So there was a U16 team, which around 30 people. U18 team, same thing, 30 people.
Okay.
And I think back then it was U23. Those were semi-professional. So They had a salary when they played. Us, we
Okay,
didn't have any because we were more.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a really good experience because
You go everywhere to play games. Right?
exactly. Because our league was in
Also, like across North America,
Right.
including United. Does it include Mexico?
not Mexico, but
Just United States, Canada.
yeah. So basically, the same thing as the MLS league.
Okay. That's amazing.
So
So all the city in the west, in the east,
mostly
in the
our
east,
division was in the
the
east,
east, New England.
exactly New York.
Yeah.
So we had obviously home games
Yeah.
and away games. So every 2 weeks, on the away games, we'd go to New York. We'd have a big bus with the whole team.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. We'd leave, Friday for a Saturday game. So we'd leave on the big bus with the whole team and drive like 6 hours.
Gee, that's really fun.
Yeah, I would stay at a hotel for the night, play our game Saturday, and come back Saturday night most of the time.
But your parents don't need to have to pay anything. So everything,
No,
the cost,
exactly.
everything, the club or the academy gonna.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're lucky for that.
But like they know you guys young, super young, have good skills, potential. Like how about the coach? Are they really strict, or sometimes they kind of get hot temper, or like some crazy coaches like yelling at the young kids all the time? Some of them, that's their personality.
Well, for sure they expect you to perform, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like you said, they pay for the equipment and they invest in you, right? Because their goal for academies is to develop players so that
you find
you
a
can
star.
sign.
Yeah.
Exactly, they can sign with the team, the professional team eventually. Since I started, maybe 10 players have signed with the team. I have a couple of friends that used to play with me now that are playing pro with the team right now. The Impact, right?
They changed the why the hell they changed the name? They removed the Impact from the name.
Yeah, now it's called the Club de Foot de Montréal.
Yeah, that's just soccer team.
I think they changed their sponsors. That's why they changed the name. They changed the logo.
That's really weird. That's like they don't have a name at all, right?
Yeah.
It's like the city of Rome, like the team Rome, right? Team Montreal.
But I think what they wanted is to like copy, the teams from Europe, FC.
Yeah, FC, yeah.
Football club.
AC Milan.
Exactly. Or like.
What is AC for?
Football club.
Bruno, AC the two.
Oh, AC Milan.
Yeah, Milan is the city, right? What is AC for?
That I'm not sure actually.
Air conditioning.
I'll have to look it up. But Inter Milan International.
Yeah. Why is it called international? But Rome is just Rome, right?
Right.
Roma, Rome. Yeah. Yes.
FC,
They don't have a brand name or sponsor name on their team name. Yeah, Rome. We just say Liverpool, right? They play like Liverpool.
FC,
and Manchester United, right? Yeah, they don't have those. And Chelsea.
Oh, Barcelona FC,
Yeah. Seriously. Oh, so they're doing the right thing. I thought thought they did the bad thing.
No, exactly. Well, MLS teams mostly have names, like New York Red Bull.
They have name Red Bull.
But I think European teams, some of them, they just have the city.
Yeah, just have the city.
Yeah. But it's getting better. Like the level of soccer, I feel, in North America.
Yeah, it's getting every year getting better and better.
Exactly.
But you have two friends playing the Montreal soccer team now, so you can get a lot of good seats. Seriously.
Yeah. We used to have like free tickets to every game to support.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's super hard, right? It's super hard to compete in the professional league MLS.
Yeah.
And they always borrow players from Europe.
Yeah, that's the thing, because You know,
they don't trust the local.
yeah, that's what's tough, right? Because you know we have a lot of players that sign pro, and they easily find a player from Europe that's like semi-retired, and they take the place of the younger players. Because they have so many different levels, you know. Like plus we have MLS, but let's say in the England teams, they have first division, up to like
Premier
League,
next level.
second. And yeah, I'm not too sure right now.
Montreal, they don't. MLS, they don't have that. I thought in the NBA they have a G League or whatever league.
Well, they have a Canadian league now, which is like, I guess second tier, yeah. But they don't have as many because like in Montreal, for sure hockey is the number one sport, right? A lot more money goes into that. All the best, I guess, athletes, they choose hockey. Even in the US, right, they have basketball, football, American football, baseball, which all are above soccer, maybe even after hockey.
But it's getting a lot better. You see the kind of Canadian team, men's team qualified for the World Cup, right? They beat everybody. They were the number one in the group, right?
Right.
They were before United States and Mexico.
A couple players from Canada that play in Europe now too.
Yeah. Really surprising. Like usually, like in North America, Mexico, and United States, they are pretty strong.
They're still pretty strong.
But this time, Canada is lucky or something. They got ahead. Or really, they are powerful. They are good.
A bit of both, I guess.
But when you're in the academy, Impact Academy, like what was the thinking that time? Like, do you think you're gonna have a good chance to move on to a professional level, or like you're gonna worry about if it's not working out, and then you need to catch up with your study to make sure you have a good career, stable career or something?
Yeah.
Every parent's gonna do the calculation, right? I guess.
Of course. So for sure, every kid's dream who plays in the academy is to become a professional player, right? But out of, like I said, maybe them 30 from U16, 30 U18, and then U23, another 30 people, maybe total 100 people, maybe 10 become pro, right? Less than that.
Yeah, less than that, probably
because a lot of them, like more than 30 people, a lot of them left. A lot of new players too. So for sure, we thought about having a backup. That's why my parents, they told me, okay, they gave me the chance to play soccer. Okay. But they always tell me, like, you have to focus on your studies as well. We can't lack.
They have a backup plan.
Exactly.
If you were behind too much, it's very difficult to catch up, right?
Right. And like at school, they force you to have, like if you weren't passing your grades, they'd kick you out of the program, of the team, to focus on the school. So we had to have a minimum passing grades, right? But yeah, I was lucky in the sense that my parents focused a lot on studies as well. So even though when I left the Impact, the academy, I wasn't lacking too much behind. Like for sure, there was a lot of things I didn't have as much knowledge as.
But did they train you in piano?
Yeah,
not piano.
No, not piano. Not the typical.
Or the chess. The piano chess as the most that time, I guess.
Right. So my brother, he played piano. I really didn't like music at the time, so I like begged my parents not to give me piano classes. And also I was busy because I played also hockey back then. Okay. Hockey and soccer, and I had no time. Literally, like every day I had.
But you have soccer. Hockey is crazy. They get a lot of those kind of outfit is the how to say the outfit of the.
A lot of equipment.
Yeah. But
what do you mean?
When you play ice hockey, you have to wear those kind of lot of padding. And when you grow, you're gonna change a lot, right? Yeah. Every year you have a different size.
Exactly.
And it's super expensive.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hockey for sure. You have a lot of equipment, much more than soccer.
Yeah.
So much more expensive in that sense. Yeah,
Are
was fortunate.
You were playing okay? You're playing well, the hockey.
Yeah, I think so. I just had at a certain point I had to choose between, playing soccer or hockey. I guess it was a bit better in soccer.
But soccer, what position you were playing? Like you feel very comfortable at that time. You're good at. What?
Yeah, I played mostly midfield. I always liked midfield because touch the ball more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good position. That's a good.
Yeah.
That means you got some skills, right? Some defender, defender doesn't have to be that skillful, right?
Well, it depends. I wouldn't say that necessarily. Like the most important players in midfield or attack. Defenders are as important. Every position at the highest level, you got to be the best. Depends on what your skills and what you. If you're a fast runner, physical player, tall, good sense of vision. It all kind of play depend on which position you play. But I've always been like a player who runs a lot on the field. So midfielder position would suit me better.
Yeah,
I think so.
But how did you, like, when you have a like team of 30, like, do you guys think like, what's your position? You're ranking the team. Like you were thinking, oh, maybe these 2 or 3 guys a little bit better than me. They have more chances than me, right? So did you compete a lot, or like you see like?
Well, for sure. Every position you had maybe 3, 4 players.
Yeah, 3 or 4 players. Yeah.
So for sure, there's competition, right?
Yeah.
Well, like you still choose which position you prefer more, even though there's competition at that age. I mean, you play what's more comfortable for you. Sometimes, if there's a missing player in a certain position, maybe the coach will put you there. And you never know. Maybe you play good in that position, that becomes your position. A lot of professional players, that's what happens too. Yeah. What about you?
I'm really bad at
What's your position? What's your favorite position? I never asked you.
The right forward.
Right forward?
Yeah, because you make mistake is not a big deal.
No.
Seriously, the match we played, first time I got intentional handball, got the red card when we were attacking. We were on the offensive side. Yeah, and then the game, last game, I got in the penalty box. What is that? The penalty box.
Penalty box, right?
Yeah, penalty box. I got the handball. Like so, we got.
Really?
We gave a penalty. So we were leading 2-0 first half. 2-0. In the second half, they put me on, and within 10 seconds they have a corner kick.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one guy. It's supposed I was on him or not, but there's one guy near me, so I was more on this guy. Then the ball flying over, so obviously it's going to the guy on the far side, but it's only 2 meters from the post. So he had a header. So I was blocking, but my hand was outside, extending. So on my hand, so automatic a penalty kick.
If it was unintentional, right?
Unintentional, but it's you cost you a goal, cost the team. So that time was really scary. So after the penalty, it was 1-2. So they had a chance to equalize. So we got all pressure. So fortunately, we were okay. We hold on. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Otherwise, I would be killed. Seriously, only 10 seconds.
But you were unlucky. That's not your fault necessarily.
No, it's my fault.
Can happen.
No. They said it's when you defend a corner kick, you always put your hand behind. They always say that. Yeah, I was doing like all the dancing thing. Yeah. But
better than the first time, because the first game I was there, right? I remember. You lacked a bit of concentration.
Yeah. So I thought was like maybe our own game or something.
Yeah, just for fun. You don't want to grab the ball, right? To waste time.
Yeah, smash the ball in the middle air. Yeah. So the 2 was really bad.
You're a bit nervous, right?
Yeah, it's my problem. But I started because I grew up in a village, so first time I saw a real soccer ball, probably in my would be grade 12, grade.
The first time you played, touched a soccer ball, really?
Yeah. It's like we have like junior high school 3 years, senior high school. I was the second year or the end of the first year of the senior high school. So that was time I was like say 8. When I was 15 years old, this is the first time ever I saw a soccer ball, real soccer ball. Yeah.
Wow. And
that's why, do you understand how I play? Why I'm playing bad.
But have you practiced like seriously starting with age? Like just, you play more, or you always
just like in because the senior high school were in the county, so a little bit city-like, but it's still like a small town or like. But then the classmates, they grew up in a like city, more like city, like they play soccer. So in the class, like our class, we play against other team. So they knew I from countryside. I ran a lot. I was tough. So the guy, kind of captain, told me my only job is to tackle the striker. It was a striker a little bit short, but it was super fast or something. So every time we tackle, only thing sliding tackle. Yeah, that's my signature move. Was crazy at the time.
Wow.
Because that's why I always play the defender, the right defender.
Okay.
Yeah. Only coming to Montreal, I moved myself a little bit further forward to the because it's more fun. You have more chance to attack.
Score goal, right?
Yeah. And also, when you lose a goal, your fault is not a big deal. But if you are the defender and they're gonna score right away.
I guess.
Remember the practice game like before the tournament a month ago, 2 months ago, like in the West Island. Oh, you were there. Did you go at night? One night?
I don't think I went. No.
Oh, you did not. So
what happened?
Your dad went. Like right before the tournament, CEGEP tournament, right? So we had 2 games in the West Island with other team, just friendly game.
Okay.
So we were trying to have a formation position.
Right.
So I was playing when they put me on the right defender. So I got the ball. I tried to kind of dribble a little bit, drive a little bit, and then was intercepted by the guy right away, lost the squad. Yeah. It was so slow. That's why after that I said, in the real game you don't play defender.
I mean,
and Lao Yao made the same mistake in the game.
Same mistake, huh?
Yeah, same mistake. He used to Lao Yao likes to pass people, right, to dribble.
Yeah.
The same mistake by the same guy because the guy was so fast. Yeah. I just told him I showed you once.
I mean that happens, but you're right in the sense that when you play defender, you make a mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks worse because people can score a goal.
Exactly. So.
But I mean, in the professional level, I think strikers, they have a lot of pressure too, right? If they don't score goals for a couple of games,
especially
people are questioning them.
Yeah, especially if you waste the good chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you pass, but then it's even worse. Look even much worse, right? And you miss the ball or some, in the air you miss the ball, miss the header or whatever. Then will be
exactly. When I think about it, maybe midfielder they have less. Well, unless you make a lot of bad passes and you lose a lot of balls.
It's not an easy game. It's very tough.
For sure.
The soccer is really tough. I want to give up a lot of times. It's really difficult to play.
Why do you say that?
Before the game, I tried to figure out how to play in my head. But then, when you touch the ball, there's blank or blank.
Sometimes you just gotta play with intuition, right?
Yeah. That's why some people like, or Liu Fan plays well. That's why some people, if they figure out a way to touch the ball at the same time, you still can think. You're already ahead of a lot of people. I think most people in our team, the moment they touch the ball in their control, I don't see them thinking. It's the same way I'm doing.
Yeah. I think a lot of that.
If your brain functions that time, still you can figure out like which way you want to go, what move you want to do. You're probably ahead of most of the people.
For sure, you have to anticipate and think ahead.
For me, it's all blank.
But I think that it's a lot of just experience, right? And the more you play, the better you get.
Yeah.
You know.
Get more calm. Or
Exactly, and you know what to do when you have the ball, where to run. A lot of things you can watch games also, and learn from other players, or just spend more time. You know.
With my age now, I don't see a good outcome.
Don't say that. Since 2013, you improved a lot.
I thought
you
I thought I was good then. People said, "Oh, really? This level already improved a lot. That means how bad it was before."
No, maybe back then you could run more, but a lot of the skills, right? You practice. It takes practice. You can't be.
But to be honest, I think like our team, like your dad, or like for us, it's more chance to meet friends, to be friends. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you still can have both, right? Have a good time, you know, after games, go have a beer, you know,
and also
supper.
And exercise.
Uh-huh.
That's very important. And then once a week you have that kind of a soccer game, which helps you a lot.
Mm-hmm. But you're right, not easy for all these years to keep it going. A lot of it's because of your work, your credit, right? Because you kept finding new players. A lot of them retired, right? Or you moved to different cities.
But this year, right now, as we speak, I guess we're in a better position.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after we play several games of the tournament right now, and we see more like the morale is high, right, I guess right now, and some new players really commit to the team, so it's a good start. And also, myself as a secretary of the team, I commit more time. Even last night, I was meeting with Lao Yu and Liu Fan together.
Really,
we
discussing about
future of the team? How to some topics to discuss about the team. So we had 2 meetings already between Liu Fan, Lao Yu, and me. So both of them importance. Like one is 2 weeks ago, right? We lost to the one team we're not supposed to lose.
Right.
And then we got a good win, like 2 weeks ago, and then last week we got 6-0.
Right.
But we got 2 face-to-face meetings. Like after I closed the restaurant.
It helps,
so,
for sure.
So midnight, we meet really late. But that means we are committed.
Exactly. Yeah, we should really be grateful for that.
Yeah, Liu Fan is the captain right now. And for the 40-plus CEU tournament.
Yeah.
So you are 24, 16 years later, you will be the new captain. So we're going to
hopefully
wait for 16 years.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But we used to have a competition where it was all ages, right? What was that?
That's Huaguan.
Yeah, it got cancelled, right? Now.
That guy he does not play soccer himself.
Oh, okay.
So, but he's tired and a lot of accidents.
Oh, I see.
If you mix super young players and some old players, sometimes it's tough.
But that was fun though.
Yeah,
we still had a good time.
Yeah, that was really more competitive.
More competitive,
yeah,
right?
More competitive. Remember one team from Ottawa? They're pretty good.
Yeah, wow.
They're the top team. They're from Ottawa.
All super young players, right?
And really, really good.
Good, skillful, right? Yeah, we had that competition maybe 2 or 3 years, and then,
I guess 4 times.
4 years, 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times. It's not easy to organize any of this.
Exactly.
Every team have their complaints, their situations, and this year in the tournament, there's a fighter as well, and one guy was expelled from the game.
Wow!
Completed his ban.
From the competition.
Yeah, from the tournament.
Really?
He's banned from participating in any game of CEU stuff. So people get excited.
Excited. Yeah, during the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. People are full of emotions during the game, but I feel like at the end of the day, after the game, everybody should be friends, right?
Hey, that's another thing I find you are. Like one time you were defending our guy, helped to lodge out that one time.
Oh, right.
That time you were 21, 22. The second generation, I see some people growing up here, they're soft. But being a soft is not good, to be honest. So you see, sometimes you have to stand up, right?
Yeah.
That's really, I see good quality, from you. See, it's great.
Yeah, Lord, yeah, because I mean, I've been so long with the team, right? I feel a sense of
it's some people think it's bad. This young kid is having a bad temper, but it's not about bad temper, right? It's sometimes you're supposed to be upset, right?
Yeah.
When you are supposed to be upset, you should be upset.
Right.
It's a good thing. They're a bad thing for me. I always said, it's like other kids, they're gonna stay away from trouble.
I mean, it's like the having back of somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Part of the same team. I mean,
that's a good thing. That's a really
that's
good
what
thing.
makes a team and friends, right? You know that you can have each other's backs, right?
And sometimes you need to little bit have the courage or bravery.
Yeah.
You cannot like let's not do it. let's like back off. It's in the soccer game you always have conflicts, right? It's a body like game, like a basketball.
It's a physical game.
Yeah, the basketball, you commit for and somebody else's hands here, there, they all fight. The basketball is the same way, even more so, I guess, than soccer.
Yeah.
Because like the attacking side or the defending side, the same play could be either way.
Or falls, right?
Yeah, could be, either way is foul, and then people arguing. And you put your foot first, I put my hand here. So the basketball, when I was in the college, every afternoon, always fight. Always fight.
Every game.
Yeah, 3-on-3, whatever, and then you commit 4, and no, it's you, and so all the problem, and it's concrete. It's a concrete. Sometimes the fights, physical fights, it's but soccer is a little bit less, but soccer is more acting. Basketball, like have the physical game.
More physical, right?
It's not like tennis. You separate by the net.
Exactly.
So it's very normal. That's a good thing. I thought, this Kerry is great.
Come on.
Even I stay away from all troubles.
Yeah, I try to stay away from troubles too. It's just once in a while.
Yeah.
So you played basketball as well?
Yeah.
Basketball, soccer.
I stopped in the university time. I played basketball a lot.
Okay.
It's but the problem is the same thing. They always said I fall. I got a lot of rebounds. When I got the rebound, they always said I committed foul. So I feel it's unfair. No, I'm giving up. Seriously, I give up because I was not tall. Right. But like sometimes I can shove people, like getting the position. But then they said I kind of push people or something. But I get a lot of rebounds. Yeah. I don't shoot well. I get
you work hard, right?
Yeah, it's just like being physical, playing the game. But a lot of time they said like I did not know the rules, especially like especially the footing, I guess. Like if you set your foot like moments, split seconds before them, who's on the move, those games, those rules I really don't like. I did not understand. I did not like it.
So you quit.
Yeah, so I quit. Yeah. But then I play soccer, watch basketball games.
You watch basketball?
Yeah, okay. NBA. I had the league pass on the internet every year. Yeah, NBA. Okay. Yeah, I watch a lot of NBA games.
Nice.
Yeah, but never watch soccer game.
You don't watch soccer now?
Too slow. 90 minutes, like no. And a lot of time the passing or something is not good because it's high level. So a lot of time outbound.
Yeah, but I feel like people who don't really, play soccer or don't really understand, for sure, they find it boring. But people who play, I feel like you can appreciate, the nice passes. Sometimes you don't have to have much goals for the game to be exciting.
Two good passes is good already.
Yeah, or just see how people control or how the people run.
That's why I don't play well, because I'm not patient. I want to be efficient on time.
It's true that basketball there's more
more action. The action is all the time. They even stop the clock stop like a half second or tenth of a second, right? So every second there's action.
Well, yeah. You're right.
The NBA is crazy, so I watch NBA a lot. But right now, not right now. It's I haven't watched like 3 or 4 years. The finals I watch almost every game of finals. Okay. But other than that, the restaurant too busy.
Right?
Let me see the camera thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Going?
Yeah.
Let's try this one.
Yeah. Oh, you did not eat any of
this one.
Oh, this one, the spicy one. Yeah. The spicy.
What's this one called?
Yeah, 麻辣香锅, Sichuan
Okay.
spicy Sichuan pot. So in the Academy U16, so that time like you have the backup plan, but like did you think like you had a good chance to move up, or like you think you?
At that age, it's hard to tell, right? Because you still got to go to U18, then U22.
Oh, you have to go to U18.
Well,
unless you are super talented.
unless you're
yeah, they will say right. Oh, this guy right away.
Exactly. But yeah, at that time it's still early to tell.
Yeah.
So what we had school from 8 to 12, I think, in the morning.
Okay.
And then the afternoon we play until 4 or 5. And it was in Montreal back then. I was still living in South Shore, so I had to wake up at 6 in the morning.
Wow.
Take the bus.
You take
subway.
a bus, or your parents are gonna send you?
No. Take
too
the
early
bus.
for them.
Right. Take the bus. School. Come back.
Where is the school? Where
it
was
was called Edouard Montpetit. It's a secondary school in Montreal.
Okay. Oh, it's different. So you have. It's not like Academy has its own school, so they send you to a school and then come back for soccer training.
Pretty much, yeah. So like the school was affiliated with the
okay.
soccer academy, so
I thought they had their own.
No, so we had to go to the school. It was sport études, So yeah, and then after 4 or 5 p.m., come back home at 7, and repeat, every day.
But you will be must be super happy because you play what you like, right?
Yeah, exactly.
In the afternoon, the whole half day.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. After I finished secondary school, when I went to CEGEP, I feel like I was lacking a bit, because whether you like it or not, if you only have 4 hours of school, you learn less material. Then you only learn the basic stuff to pass.
So how many years you stayed in the academy? Like 2 years?
No, it was 3 years.
3 years. After that, you will be 17. 17 will be almost end of the high school, right?
Yeah. So I finished my secondary 5, and then for CEGEP, I left the academy. I played with the CEGEP soccer team, but I was not affiliated with them. Academy anymore.
The CEGEP is 1 year or 2 years?
2 years. 2 years. So especially the first year of CEGEP was hard for me, because a lot of material I hadn't learned in secondary school.
But the CEGEP, you have to choose some field already, right?
Right.
So why did you choose the pharmacist, right?
Right. No. So for CEGEP, you can choose either going in health sciences or social sciences, business. I chose health sciences just because once you finish that program, you can pretty much apply to any program at university.
Okay.
It opens all the doors. I didn't really know what I wanted to do back then.
Okay.
So I just...
The health science.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have passing score, like there's R score or something, right?
Yeah, so every program, or every CEGEP, depending on your grades and the class average, you calculate your R score, and that's what determines which program you can get into university, because that's what they check.
Okay. Yeah. So after 2 years, you went to Montreal University, right?
Yeah, so I studied 2 years at my CEGEP, and I applied to pharmacy school.
Yeah.
So it was University de Montreal, which is 4-year program.
Usually it's 3 years, right?
I'd say most programs, yeah.
Because you spent 2 years in the CEGEP, like 1 year for the high school. I kind of split 1 year supposed to be in high school, 1 year for the university.
Mm-hmm.
That's the CEGEP system.
Mm-hmm. 3 years, except for like engineering program. I think there's 4 years. Pharmacy. Yes, dentistry and other medicine.
That must be really hard. The pharmaceutical.
Pharmacy? I wouldn't say it's really hard per se. For sure, you got to put in the work.
And you see all those words, it's going to be a headache. It's not even English or...
Yeah, well, it's a lot of practice, you know. For sure, there's a certain amount of memorization.
Okay.
But a lot of things, it's comprehension as well. Okay, it makes sense. For the drug names, yeah, it's just the more you see, the more you learn. But for physiology, like how the body works, how the body works for the medication, how it interacts.
How do you think of Chinese medication? That would be a topic you break friendship. Yeah. You know that? your dad must know that. Like
actually, not really. My parents aren't really into traditional Chinese medicine.
No, like it's for Chinese community. Some people really are proud of Chinese medication. Some people like saying trashing them. Yeah. So they bring up relationship of the topic. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. There's several things to break up a friendship, like among Chinese people. The Chinese medication is one of them. One topic. Yeah. Especially people really super proud.
I feel like both can coexist, you know, traditional and...
It's supposed to be that way, but some people, they go a little bit, you know... Overboard, saying like, we are the best, you know. Yeah. You are the second. If you say you are the best, we are the second, we cannot be friends anymore.
I mean, for the medication, as long as the medication don't interact with the other medication, it's fine. Because some Chinese patients, they ask me, oh, can I take this medication with my usual, let's say, blood pressure medication? Yeah. And as long as, because a lot of the traditional medicine don't have much study to prove its efficacy or...
But do you need to, when you started, do you need to, like, what is that, dissect the body, or how to say that? Like...
Oh, no, we didn't have to do that. That's more anatomy.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas us, we don't really focus on, you know, the human body as much. More on how the drugs
go through the system.
Exactly.
Go through the systems. Yeah.
Exactly. How that works. So no, we didn't.
But then you have to be good at the logical as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. There's certain logic.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people think our pharmacy is extremely difficult. You have to memorize so much. I mean, I think every program is difficult in its own way. As long as you have the good work ethic, I think everybody can become a good pharmacist.
Yeah, several years ago we were like chatting. Like, I was really surprised you did not join the soccer team of the university, right?
Yeah.
But you were so committed on the academy, on the study.
Yeah, because it was difficult considering
you feel the pressure.
Yeah, well, considering I still live in the South Shore.
Yeah.
And
the time schedule.
Right. A lot of practices were later, you know, late at night, and I had friends who were playing a team, and they come back at maybe midnight. Come back home. Okay. You gotta wake up early, and like I said, it's not difficult per se, the pharmacy program, but you still have to spend the time, you know, in memorization and understanding. I feel like it was difficult, and at that time I knew that I had to focus more on my studies, and soccer was more like a passion and a hobby for me.
But you see the university team play, but you feel like, I should be there, you know? Sometimes did you feel like a little bit...
I guess I had to let go of that urge, you know?
Yeah.
Because once my decision was made...
Yeah. But did you watch some of the games?
Yeah, I did. I did watch some of the games.
But you feel like you easily can get a position there, right?
Not necessarily easily. I think you have to put in the work too.
Yeah.
They practice a lot too, and they play hard.
Do they, like at Montreal University, they must have a league across colleges, right?
Right.
Do they have a good ranking there?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, University de Montreal, they won a couple championships. I don't know if it's a Canadian championship or
only within Quebec.
Yeah, but
even within Quebec is pretty good.
Yeah. We play against other universities.
Yeah, University McGill.
But I think getting into any university soccer team, you need to have it like be a certain level to get in.
You can try this one with the.
Thanks. You go ahead.
Did you have this before?
You try first.
No, did you? No, have two forks.
Okay.
Did you have this before?
Maybe.
Don't be laughing.
Maybe in your restaurant in Côte des Neiges.
Okay.
I think so. You had this as well, right?
Yeah. This one from day one. It's on the menu from day one.
This one's not spicy, right?
Not at all.
Okay. I like this dish. It's the first time I tried it. It's good.
It has a lot of stuff. The crab meat, 蟹棒夹 crab meat actually made of fish, I guess. Fish and flour, and then the spam. The what is that? Spam. What is that? 午餐肉 luncheon. Yeah, they call spam as well. I looked it up. Like spam is a brand. The brand became a name of the whole thing.
Yep.
And what else? And then the pork belly as well. The pork have squid, calamari, and also shrimp.
Yeah, a lot.
Quite. If you are allergic to something, it's not a good one. Some people shellfish, shellfish, and some people don't eat pork, so this is gonna touch a lot of lines. So it's not easy. So this and also has the flavor has the numbness from the Sichuan peppercorn, the Huajiao Sichuan peppercorn. So not only spicy, some people really don't like the numbing.
Yeah. It's special.
Yeah.
I like it. What would you say is your favorite dish in all the restaurant?
Probably the twice cooked pork.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fatty, but
it's a bit fatty. Yeah.
Yeah. It got a lot of rice. You can eat a lot of rice with it, especially when you're young. I used to eat 3 bowls of rice with one
every meal.
Yeah. With one twice cooked pork.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I cannot because the metabolism system. What is that? It's not
as fast.
Yeah. It's definitely something age thing. When you hit 30 years old, it's different. 40 years old, it's totally different. Some people like my former colleague told me he was a little bit old, several years older than me. He told everybody, always said, once you hit 40 years old, everything goes down.
40?
Yeah. It's like a magic number.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard 30. I've heard 40.
Yeah. For that guy, he always said 40. After 40 years, I'm 43 now.
Can you feel it? I've heard 50. All right.
Your dad is still playing really well. Actually, he contributed to the game a lot more than even today. A lot better than even last game.
You think so?
Yeah. It's his when he plays the right forward, it's amazing because he got the skills and the passing skills, and then it's amazing. I almost get the best vision. Get the best vision of anybody I played with.
Yeah, he's really dedicated.
Yeah.
Like
he's smart. He's really smart on soccer.
The whole morning he's gonna think about the game.
Yeah.
And
but he's really smart. He's really smart. Every time he gets the ball, and either pass or dribble or drive or dribble. It's dribble. Yeah. It's every time you see make the right choice.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy. And even the one game with who we lost. We lost the Xingdui. And then he got the 2 crossbar,
twice?
Yeah, and 1 post, 1 crossbar. It's really amazing. The shot was just not lucky.
Yeah.
So it's really, you see people really they know the game. Some people are just physical silly runner, but like some people they're really smart.
Yeah, he tells me sometimes now. He tries to do something, but his body's not capable to follow.
58 is
tough.
It's very tough. But then several years ago, we saw Kevin, your brother. I guess your dad trained him a lot.
Yeah, he
those
improved
years.
A lot,
yeah,
right?
It's amazing. Well. Yeah. We just I guess 5-6 years ago we saw suddenly change. Suddenly it's totally he improved within the same year a lot.
Yeah. Me and my brother were different in the sense that I was saying when I was younger, I was good at in sports, but academically I had to work hard for it. Whereas him is the opposite, you know. school's always been easy, very easy for him. But on the sports side, it was more difficult.
Yeah. But the soccer is really amazing. He improved really.
He plays. He likes it too now. He plays even in New York right now.
But did he make the list of the team there? Very tough for the university team. Right?
Oh yeah, no, he's not at that level.
Yeah, not that. That would be really.
But I mean, he plays pickup, and I think in the US they have I forgot the name of the app. You kind of meet up. I think it's Meetup actually. And you could sign up, playing a pickup soccer.
Oh.
I think he does every week now.
The Meetup used to be a big for local events like you. That was before Facebook. Before Facebook, the Meetup was amazing. So they also every city they have their own local Meetup groups. So like for example, you want to learn French or English, you can set up like a Meetup group. And
people can come.
Yeah, people come. Everybody like contributed $2 to the organizer, but organizer pay one time every year, probably $70 to the meetup.com to the website. So you register as the organizer, so you pay $70 for example. But then every event you organize, you collect $2 from each one, so make up the money.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, but most of the time you choose a cafe. So you either a book club or like I joined like to learn English.
Yeah.
So several guys, like one old lady in the West End, she got more time. So she had the group. So people from Egypt, from Syria, from Brazil. Yeah, we went to her house. Wow. Yeah, so she prepared tea, coffee for us. That's and really cool. we were she prepared topics for us to practice English. Wow. And you meet new friends. It's really amazing.
It's a good concept.
Yeah. But then after that, I guess the business model for Meetup was expanding because like a lot of different cities, Chicago, Boston, New York, they all have Montreal, they have a lot of groups. Right. You have interests, hobbies, hiking groups, everything. But then they came like the Facebook groups.
Yeah.
When the Facebook became, it's free because this one, as an organizer, you have to pay $70 a year. But for Facebook group, nothing, free. Yeah. So I guess right after that, the Meetup is not a big thing anymore.
Yeah.
So nobody beats free. Exactly. So Facebook. So I joined. Actually, I met some friends. It's from another Meetup group. They had a Chinese with a lot of local guys, all the different countries. So they meet in Chinatown, Hongbaoshi, the dim sum place. Right. So this guy organized different different backgrounds to meet there to learn Chinese, eating Chinese food, dim sum. That's nice. So I went there several times.
You went there?
Yeah, I went there because you have to find like a table of 12, 15 people. Mm-hmm. They want like 2 or 3 Chinese speakers to explain them dish. Yeah.
Okay.
So I met like 2 good friends there.
Nice. Yeah. Recently this or?
No, that was before I had the restaurant. Right. So 10 years ago.
Okay.
So we after that we had a Facebook group or whatever, and then we had a party there. But then after that I had a restaurant, I stopped everything. Yeah. So we used to have every weekend or somebody gonna organize a party somewhere, playing poker or drinking. And then we lost a lot of them, because of the restaurant.
Because of the restaurant, also the pandemic, right?
Yeah, and also some of them still we contact on the Facebook today.
Okay.
Yeah, so because the meetup for Chinese food.
I'm pretty sure if you message them again, maybe it's gonna come back once you have a bit more time, right, with the business.
Yeah, if business is good or stable.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And also like I joined a group to learn French.
You did?
Yeah. The group called French English. Okay. So sometimes they switch between English French. Okay. So that time the French was they're gonna tell you like your level, and then every week they say, okay, we're gonna have a very low level, entry level of French and some English. It's really interesting. So when you're new in the city, so the meetup groups helps a lot. Mm-hmm. You meet new people, practice your language skills.
Yeah. So you said it's the French English. Yeah. It's for people like some people are good at French, some people
Yeah,
are good
some good at English. They kind of all as a group, very relaxing. Nobody gonna say like you feel bad if you don't speak good language. It's just very
open.
Most time it's in the coffee shop. Like
Nice.
drink coffee and contribute $2 and then pay by. Another is called. I joined another book club, book reading.
You did?
Yeah. In the website they're gonna tell this next week they give you 2 weeks or time. They pick a book, they select a book you have to borrow or buy from library or buy, and then after reading the whole book you meet together to
discuss.
Discuss
like
what you
club.
get. Book club. Then when I got there I was about 30 years old.
Right.
About the time I started playing soccer with you guys. So I was 30, and then all the people there, only one guy and several lady about in their 50s or 60s. So they had a lot of free time. And I feel a little bit awkward. Yeah.
Not the same age group, right?
Yeah, not same. All ladies, all
Also,
the the in their 40s, 50s. So they have more language, the common language with each other, like their kids, the school.
Right.
So I was left alone.
I felt left off.
Yeah. So that's book club.
Nice.
I did read the book. Like I used to read a lot of English books to improve my
Practice
English.
Yeah. But I feel like for English, all languages, like speaking, it's the best way to learn. I feel.
What?
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
How do you like the noodle? Noodle salad.
Good. It's good. Everything is really good.
It's made of potato starch.
Right.
It's very, very easy to make.
It's very good.
So that's you see it's sesame paste. It's not supposed to be sweet.
No, it's not, eh?
Yeah. The peanut butter sauce is.
I'm sure the peanut butter can't be that bad.
It's weird.
Because you see sometimes noodles with the peanut sauce. And
oh yeah. Oh no, it's sesame paste. 担担面. 担担面 is sesame paste too.
Right.
But the wonton we have peanut butter sauce. Wonton is really sweet, really popular.
So you said your favorite was the twice cooked pork.
Yeah.
What's the most popular dish? I guess still General Tao.
General Tao will be the most ordered, I guess. I'm asking a friend to develop a small program to track everyday how many
orders of each.
Yeah, dishes ordered. I'm still probably next week or week after I probably receive the little program. So it's kind of a.
Yeah, you were telling me the orange beef was discontinued.
Yeah, it's really, I guess at the very beginning we cooked it wrong. That's why we cook the same way as General chicken.
Okay.
And then I found out with other Chinese restaurant, North American Chinese food, there are some Chinese owners running those restaurants.
Yeah, that's
so several. Yeah, they told me, oh, you're not supposed to do this way.
No, really.
Yeah. So the orange beef is very famous as General chicken. So they cook it very differently. So so somehow all these years we did it not very traditional way of doing that, or proper way, or popular way of doing the. So instead of like a change middle way to say like customer saying why did you change just like not doing it anymore.
But maybe you can revise it, the way of cooking it, and then bring it back after a certain time.
Yeah, maybe after 1 year or two, people forgot about it and sneakily bring it back.
I think a lot of people would want to try it out since you revised vision, right?
But we want to, if we can, the business can survive without having General chicken. Probably we're gonna remove General chicken because we want to do the traditional one.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's more like my whole idea is to have a traditional Chinese restaurant.
But you see, your customers here, a lot of them are like international students.
Not really. Some of them are local, the residents, local residents. A lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of them. So we're one of the reasons we are doing okay is like we have some customers they like our General chicken. Yeah. They like our twice cooked pork. No, twice cooked pork as well.
Okay.
quite a lot of local guys, they like the real Chinese food as well. And the cumin beef is very popular as well. And the dry fried green beans, very, very popular.
Yeah.
And also eggplant, potato, bell pepper. They're very traditional, but a lot of people like them.
Enjoy it.
So I guess that's why I want to have the program to find out what are the most popular dishes every day or every week. I see, oh, this is the top 5.
Right.
Or each of them order like, probably today still genital chicken will be ordered the most. But I want to see who are the top 5 to see like who are the bottom one. The bottom ones probably
can improve.
Improve or slowly getting rid of it. If every day or every week you only get ordered like 2 times a week in the week, so probably it's not
worth it.
Yeah, not worth it being there. So that's my.
You're thinking.
Yeah.
It can't be that hard, I think, to find like to do some statistics for them.
No, it's a little program. At the end of the day, you can put in the system, and then they have the database, and then you have the interface to do the kind of criteria you select. Yeah. So back to your career. So the 4 years, like simple, easy. You prepared in the CEGEP.
Yeah. So 4 years pharmacy school. After that, so actually it's 3 years of classes. The last year is only internships.
Internship.
Right.
So you have to work in a pharmacy.
Yeah. So there's internships in community pharmacy.
Okay.
Also hospital pharmacy, which is different. Right now,
what's the difference in community? Community pharmacy is the one you see.
Yeah. Outside,
and the street mall, those. Yeah.
Yeah. So all those different franchises. You see Zhang, Pharmacie, Uniprix, Proxim. That's all community pharmacy. Hospital pharmacy, it's in the Jewish General Hospital, the McGill Hospital.
But do they sell, or they only work for the doctors?
So how it works in the hospital pharmacy, it's the patients who are like
get the treatment.
Get the treatments. Let's say in every department you have a cardiology department.
Okay.
You have a psychiatry department. All of the different departments. Yeah. There's a pharmacist usually.
Okay.
And they take care of the ward.
The whole stock. Yeah.
Exactly. Let's say every department there's maybe 30 patients, sometimes more. So it's
So they're not public facing.
No, exactly.
Okay. So just serving the internal patients.
Exactly, most of them.
Okay.
Whereas community pharmacy is like for you and I.
Okay. But so they don't need to have too much in stock, right? Because like only serving the hospital patients at the time, because they're gonna give you the prescription, you're gonna go get pills.
So the hospital has its own stock of medication that they provide. So in Quebec, if you're in the hospital, like for the medication, it's covered by the Quebec government. Whereas community pharmacy, you take the prescription, you can choose which one you want. Whereas in the hospital, you don't really choose. You just get the medication they serve you. So after 4 years, if you want to work at the hospital, you need to do an extra year and a half. It's like the master's program to work in the hospital. Yeah.
Hospital pharmacy.
Yeah. You need because you need to learn a bit more. Let's say for intravenous medication, and you need a bit more knowledge. I say because it's more difficult in the sense that the patients have more health problems. They take more medication,
and also more like timely. Maybe you have to get everything on spot.
Actually, I think it's the opposite. In community pharmacy, people are, they expect you to be.
Get it ready right away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. And the patient is lying in the bed waiting.
Exactly. Whereas in the hospital, the patient is not leaving anytime soon. Most of the time.
Only they get everything from the doctors. Okay, you can leave now.
Yeah, exactly. In the hospital, there's more multidisciplinary like professions. You know, they work with doctors, nurses. Yeah.
But if you work with them, like how long time, like you been in the like internship in the hospital pharmacy, like several months?
Yeah. So you have at the last year, the fourth year, you have internship, 2 months internship at hospital, and then 1 month internship.
Okay.
And also in the second year, you have a 1 month internship.
Okay.
That's I'm speaking for University de Montreal. University Laval, they have a similar program, but it's a bit different. So
but can you choose hospitals or you assign you?
We're assigned. I'm not sure if it's like that for University Laval as well.
But you get paid, right?
No payment.
Internship, no payment.
No payment. I think like all health internships, I think nurses they don't get paid either.
But at least they give you free meal.
No, nothing.
Wow.
Free labor.
That's interesting.
No, but because I feel like as an intern, especially like say the first couple of years, first year and the second year, you're more a burden than you bring to the table. Because the pharmacist has to spend more time with you.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't really contribute much. You're more for learning, experience. Whereas
but in the private section, private sectors, I guess like you have to pay the internship, right?
Yeah, private. You mean in the community pharmacy?
No, I mean the not pharmacy business.
Yeah,
the other private sectors.
Yeah, let's say engineering.
Yeah, engineering.
Yeah.
You have to pay them, right?
Yeah. Mathematics, finance, all of this.
Or software, yeah, that's
a big difference.
Yeah, that's the first time seeing like you work for free.
Yeah. A lot of debates, going on. Should the internships get paid and all? But for now, I think most health internships are free for now.
But do you like you have the interaction with all the doctor nurses, but sometimes do you like their kind of work? Do you like do you kind of think like being a doctor could be better or something to be?
Well, it's different. You work with them, but your work is not exactly the same. Like pharmacist is really the expert on the medication, right? The doctor is going to be there for the diagnostic.
But it's less stressful for you guys, I guess.
I guess it depends how you see it.
You don't deal with patients. You don't deal with the other people's pain in front of you, right?
Not necessarily.
You're kind of doing the mathematics, like I get this one, doing some, It's at least so clean, like bottle A, bottle B, bottle C. But then you have what is the shrapnel, that thing, that cut people up, the shrapnel, or what is that?
Shrapnel?
Or what is that called? The 柳叶刀. What is that called? The doctor to cut people open?
No, scalpel.
Yeah,
scalpel. Right?
Yeah, scalpel.
Okay. Yeah, you don't deal with that as a pharmacist, but you still got to.
No blood in your hand.
No,
no blood on your hand. If you're
talking hands-on, pharmacist, it's a job where you don't have to touch much people.
Yeah.
Compared to other health programs.
So it's relatively a good choice, actually.
Well, depends.
Clean and then.
Depends what you like. I chose it. I think one of the reasons is that I don't not really a manual person, right? Yeah. So depends how you see it. If you don't like to do manual work, I guess pharmacy is a good choice. But you still have to deal with angry patients or consult patients and all that. Give information on drug interactions. but you don't have
But you deal with drug addicted as well sometimes, right? Some people.
Yeah.
Do you give medicine to deal with their addiction?
Mm-hmm. So we have, depending on the pharmacy, there's patients who are addicted to opioids, pain medication, and they have to come. Some of them have to come every day. They drink a solution in front of the pharmacist.
Jeez.
To make sure he takes the medication. Like it's a kind of solution. We mix it with orange juice.
Okay.
And the patient has to come every day, and you have to sign him to make him come every day. The reason is you're scared that he takes the bottle home or he sells it on the street. It happens. Yeah, those patients are typically more difficult to deal with. But depends on the sector. You know, my pharmacy, I'm lucky in the sense that we don't have those patients.
Yeah, it's suburbs. Yeah, suburbs are easier, right?
I'd say so. Depends on the suburb for sure. I think overall, where my pharmacy is at, people are relatively more wealthy, if you want.
The middle class.
Yeah, middle class. So we don't have those patients. Mm-hmm.
So you think you made a good choice then, I guess?
I think so. So I've always wanted, I like health, but I always like also the business part of things. So my goal was to have my pharmacy one day.
But how can you? So it's kind of after graduation, after the internship, do you get the certificate or something you can participate or you can practice this kind of thing?
Yeah.
Is there any bar or something? There's a association. You have to get their stuff, their seal.
Yeah. So once you graduate, you finish your internship. You call it a licensed pharmacist license, and you need a license to practice in Quebec.
But that is hard to apply, or taking long, or have to. As long as you get good grades, and after the internship, they say, okay, you did the time, and then
you need to complete your internships, do a certain amount of hours, pass all your classes, and then you apply for the like a permit, the license.
Yeah. It's how long will it take? They give you a
license.
Yeah, everything seems okay in order.
Yeah. So let's say the fourth year you start in August.
Application,
and you finish all your classes. It's around April, May. You usually get your license on June or July.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, 1 or 2 months.
Wow, that's really fast. That's the only thing you need?
Just need to prove that you pass your grades.
Okay. So you can bring that to any pharmacy to work there as a pharmacist.
Yeah. Well, you can have the physical license, but also it's online.
Okay.
People can see.
You tell their name, your ID, whatever.
Yeah. So every pharmacist has a license number.
Yeah, license number.
And it's programmed into the computer, so.
So typically, one pharmacy, you have to have at least one pharmacist, right?
So every pharmacy, to remain open, there has to be a pharmacist inside.
But all the time?
All the time.
So you at least you hire two. I have two pharmacists because cover the shifts, right?
Well, depends. Some pharmacies are open, only from 9 to 4.
Only those hours. Only those hours. The only pharmacist works there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'd say most pharmacists. I rarely seen a pharmacy that has only one pharmacist.
Okay, normally two covers each other.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need big pharmacies. You need 2 pharmacists, 3 pharmacists at the same time. And most pharmacy hours are typically longer, let's say from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Unless you want a pharmacy to do the whole day, usually you split it up.
Yeah. But pharmacists can also prescribe some medicine right now, right?
Right. So.
But is there any rule to what kind of medicine you can prescribe?
Yeah, for sure. So right now, like there's new rights for pharmacists that can prescribe medication. Only like minor diagnostics.
Okay.
Let's say you can prescribe some medication for fever, for pain, anti-inflammatories, some cream. Can prescribe some medication if the doctor gave a diagnostic before. You can re-prescribe the same medication. Let's say.
I guess I have a scale skin on my foot. Like one part is
very dry.
Very dry, and you can see it almost like scales.
Yeah.
And then you scratch them off, and then you see the blood, and then.
Yeah, the pharmacist can prescribe you.
It's very tough. It's very tough to the cream last that you gave. I tried some with the cream. It's not working. It's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I guess some kind of skin condition is very. It's not fungus, whatever. It's just it's really like a scale, like the piece by piece.
It's dry.
Yeah.
No.
It's piece by piece, like scale piece, like several the whole section like this.
I can get you something for that.
Okay. After this, you can take a look. But it bothered me for years.
Yeah.
It's like itchy little bit, but then you're working, you forget about. But when you're doing nothing, you see it. You feel like it'll be itchy.
Okay.
But not bothering my playing soccer. Me playing soccer.
Yeah. Some of those conditions they take a while to treat. Yeah. It's not easy.
Yeah, but like any pharmacist, they can own a pharmacy, or like is there any rule there?
Yeah. So in Quebec, only pharmacists can own a pharmacy.
Okay. But does it require how many years of experience, or? No,
you can get your own pharmacy right after you graduate. When you get the license, you get a pharmacy. Obviously, it's more typically rare.
Very rare. You need more experience, I guess.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, it helps. Yeah.
Because the more you work, you learn about the business as well, or how it works. Then you get your pharmacy. I think I saw recently, like the average age, it's in the end 40s, early 50s for the pharmacy owners. Yeah. Because it helps to have some experience. But you can get your own pharmacy.
When the people when they retire,
right?
Normally they're gonna sell to some other pharmacists, right?
Yeah, some of them do that. Some of them they can keep until because if your pharmacy goes well, it's like a business, right? Like if everything goes well, you hire other people to work after certain years, and you just keep the pharmacy. It's still under your name, but some older pharmacists, they don't really work as a pharmacist anymore. Some of them they sell it to their children.
But I see they're very stable. Most of you don't, unless you have a like communities suddenly expand a lot. Like new community, they have a new pharmacy. Normally the pharmacy in the corner, they're gonna stay there forever, right? It's not changing that much.
In a certain sense, the pharmacy
it's not like a restaurant business. Like every year, you have
because it's more stable in the sense that if there's a recession or something, people are still going to need medication.
Yeah.
If there's a pandemic, people are still going to need their medication.
Maybe more.
Yeah. So in that sense, it's more stable. I feel like anything dealing with health, even dentists, right?
Yeah, very stable.
People are still going to need dental treatment because people, let's say there's a recession, they typically spend less on eating out, restaurant, but they still need the money for essentials, right?
That's why we are in the bad business.
No.
Seriously, right now with all the inflation, the interest rate is super high, is the people going to stop spending money?
Yeah, but that affects us too. Whether you think about it or not, you got to increase wages.
Yeah.
The cost of transportation, delivery, rent, all of that. It goes up with inflation as well, so it affects pharmacies as well.
How many years you after working as a pharmacist you get your own? 2 or 3 years, or? Only 1
and a
year.
half, yeah.
Jeez.
1 and a half.
That's why you're in a hurry. Is that because all Chinese people want money? We love money?
No. I got lucky, I think.
You are super young. You're super young, and then it's really, when we got the news from your dad, like you own your pharmacy, like, geez, that's kind of too young. I said, we all joke like your dad must have bought you a rich dad.
No.
All the savings bought you a pharmacy.
Actually, not. Yeah, I guess I got lucky to have this opportunity. Yeah. You don't always find because
somebody is selling, right?
Like you don't always find somebody selling.
You worked for them, right? Or
no, not. Because when you want to buy a pharmacy, you got to put in the effort.
Okay.
Contact other people. Sometimes you hear from somebody else. So yeah, that's how I basically heard about this project.
Okay.
Also, I did an internship with. So my pharmacy is under the banner Proxim.
Okay.
And I did an internship with Uniprix Proxim when I was in 4th year.
Okay.
I guess that helped me a bit.
Okay.
Familiarize.
But all these franchise Proxim and other like family Uniprix, are they those franchises, the branding, are they different, or like for people like it's essential anyway, you get drugs anyway. So it's like for regular people, like it's not that much difference between the Walmart and then Costco or the.
Yeah, I think in a certain sense you're right. But let's say big pharmacies, right? They have more stock. That's for sure. Let's say
Uniprix.
Jean Coutu. Typically, Jean Coutu, Pharmacie are the big
pharmacies.
Really?
I thought they're not that good. Jean Coutu, the store itself is not that.
It's big, right?
Yeah, it's big.
There's more stuff inside.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe I'm biased since I have a Proxim. But I feel like small pharmacies, you get more time, you get more customer service.
Okay.
Because you spend time with all the patients. You have less patients.
Okay.
So the patients you can
spend more time with patients. Yeah.
And you have like specific problems, you can consult the pharmacist.
Okay.
Spend more time. You can do that with other pharmacies as well. Okay. I just feel like in the bigger pharmacies, maybe they have less time to spend for every patient. Yeah.
So the Proxim is a Proxim, right?
Proxim.
Yeah, Proxim. Is that bigger than the Family?
Family Prix is also like considered small, like a more
that same size.
Pharmacy. Pretty much. Proxim, Family Prix are on the smaller side.
Okay.
Whereas you have Uniprix, which is a bit bigger.
Yeah, and the Pharmacie is huge as well.
Those are huge, yeah. You can find all sort of stuff. Like you can sell electronics, in Pharmacie. Some sell clothes. They sell everything. Groceries, you can do all your shopping there.
Yeah, but their store, but the medicine, they are the same kind of.
The medicine is
pretty much the same.
Yeah, everybody typically has all the medicine. But you see, in the Proxim I own, it's mostly medication. We don't have much else in the front, and that's what I wanted. That's why I said
exactly. You are pharmacy.
I don't want to. I just want to focus on what I'm good at on the medication. I don't want.
Next time you can sell some twice cooked pork there.
Maybe at Pharmacie.
Yeah. But last time, actually, I will have a WeChat group, like a program. They know your place in the Prairie.
Really?
Yeah. They know your place. I mentioned because we shared the game thing with your picture, like one picture with your post. We took a team picture.
That's cool. You did. Thanks for sharing. It's on which group you said? WeChat group for the restaurant?
No, we had a WeChat group, 500 people. The limit.
Yeah, it's the max.
And it's we call programmers.
Okay, programmers. Okay.
That's the only group I stay in, the Chinese programmers.
Yeah, well, like I was telling you before, we have a WeChat group now. It's for people who are in La Prairie, where the pharmacy is at. Also, almost 500 people. Jeez. A lot of Chinese. A lot of Chinese people. So, yeah.
Back to where did you get the chance to get this pharmacy? Proxim, where you said you were lucky. How?
Yeah, so I heard about the project from another pharmacist who is the owner as well. He has a couple pharmacies, so I heard about the project. So he got me into contact.
Yeah.
And before that, I was looking already at different projects, different areas. And this one, I said I was lucky because it's so close by to where I live.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's on the
exactly.
South Shore, maybe 5-10 minutes to drive.
Yeah.
So it's really the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
Also, it's a small pharmacy like I wanted. So yeah, I just took the chance.
Okay.
Even though, like you said, maybe I'm young, maybe have less experience, but I think you learn a lot on the spot as well. Mm-hmm.
But are you worried about the business side, accounting, all those kind of relationship with employees here or there?
Yeah, that's for sure. It's
the shifts.
That's for sure a big part of owning a business. All right, it's like human resources, like you said, or the finances. But when you get a pharmacy, you have to hire an accountant. You have no choice. Accountant, lawyer.
Yeah.
You have to have a good team to help you out for questions. Mm-hmm.
You're better than me on this already.
No.
Being in the business, I don't have those. The content for sure, but but for us, interperson thing is very important. You deal with staff here or there, different personalities.
That's what they say, right? The hardest part of a business is really the human aspect, right? Especially now with the shortage of workers, right? It's not easy. I think.
So you are doing great, right? It's
relatively okay for now. Busy for sure. Like I said, with the shortage right now, there's a kind of shortage of pharmacists
as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's hard to retain the staff.
Yeah, it's that's why super young, second generation owning a this kind of business already very, very rare. Very rare, to be honest. Normally people, they're gonna find a stable job. Mm-hmm. You know, most time second generation they grew up here, so they really most of the time for Chinese second generation they do really well in the school, so they find a really stable job, really good job. Like probably your brother Kevin.
Yeah.
That's that part, right? You see, it's more stable.
Yeah.
Not business.
Well, I think it depends on your personality as well, right? What you like.
But when you have this, so what kind of what affect your hobbies? Some people, young people especially, they grew up here. I want to travel the world, but now you cannot travel anywhere.
No, exactly. That's for sure. There's a lot of sacrifices associated with it.
But what do you want to do? Sometimes getting into business too early. That means your free time gonna
Yeah, well, when I graduated pharmacy, my goal was, like you said, maybe travel the world.
To see a lot of.
But it was the pandemic at that time, so I couldn't. I didn't get the chance. So.
But still, I guess after a year or two, when the business keep people in the positions, and then probably you can free yourself a lot, right?
Hopefully.
Probably still be the rich boss.
No.
Rich owner. Seriously.
Hopefully, right? That's what everybody strives for.
Yeah. You don't have to be there most of the time. The one you mentioned, having 2 or 3 different.
Yeah. Once you get to that spot, maybe for sure in the beginning it's more sacrifice, right? Like you said, I see friends who travel a lot right now,
But what do you want to do actually? Do you want to do more other stuff or
You mean get out of pharmacies or?
No. I mean other than making money.
Hobbies, yeah. For sure. I want to do other stuff. That's why I'm for sure career-wise right now I have no choice. It's take a big amount of my time. It takes a lot of focus. But like every other person.
But for example, do you want to teach people playing soccer or playing soccer yourself?
Yeah, for sure. It's important. I think even as owner, you must know as well to have a certain balance, right? A certain you can't just always work all the time. It's just right now, since still young, I could take a bit more risk, I think.
But your business should be great, I guess, because first of all it's stable, and then also a second generation Chinese. We especially in the Brossard, La Prairie. So a lot of even the Candiac.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of Chinese people there. So sometimes you have connections. People gonna they maybe walk extra mile. They drive extra mile.
They don't mind.
Yeah, they don't mind seriously.
Because it's a service for them. A lot of them,
yeah,
like
and
you
also
said,
they're speaking Chinese to help. Like some folks, they just not good at English or French. Even my English, if you talk about medication, like those terms, whatever, like I need to look up dictionary as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad that I can speak decent, in Mandarin.
And 3 languages, that's really good for this kind of work.
That's now I realized, like when I was younger, I didn't really like to speak Chinese, or I was like, I have to go to Chinese school.
I think do you read or write a lot, or?
I've gotten better right now, like I said,
reading
on WhatsApp. I'm sorry, on WeChat. You can type with the pinyin, which helps.
Okay.
Reading, worst case, you can translate, right? If you don't really understand, there's the translate button. But like for simple conversation, I can understand, and
But what do you think of the Chinese tradition now? It's like in Canada, like is that still a big thing for you guys, like young folks growing up here? The tradition. I don't know even what's the Chinese tradition or Chinese culture, to be honest. I don't know what is
tradition. Maybe the red pocket during the New Year, things like that. I mean, since I grew up with my parents, we always followed, like the Moon Cake Festival. So.
But other things like, do you feel like, you're not going to China a lot, right? Some folks like they like some parents, they always say like we have to foster like the connection to mainland, is that not a big thing in your family, right?
Well, I'd like to go back more, for sure. I've been a couple times, 3-4 times to China already.
But do you feel the connection there? Like this place, I really feel familiar. Like really like hang out here more, or like more comfortable in Montreal.
I think for sure more comfortable in Montreal since I've been here all my life, and also a lot of things in China. It's different now, even for my parents. Even if they've been there, until they were 20, 25, they came here. They spend more time in Canada than in China.
A lot of old folks, they like yellow quicken. Do you know that yellow quicken? Yellow quicken, they said when you're old, when you die, you want to die back home. Yellow quicken.
Okay, I didn't know about that.
But, a lot of old folks.
But I feel like even when my parents or my uncles, they go back to China, even them, they're not used to. Let's say right now with the COVID, with all the restrictions, even they don't even feel free. They can't even go out to have a walk or. Even them, I think they're not interested right now too.
But some Chinese parents, when they educate their kids, so even I have friends my age, so they try to foster connection to the China. Either they find maybe when they're adults, they have more opportunities there. You can speak French, English, Chinese there, so you can probably do some business there. Right. It's maybe an important figure. Those say more opportunities over there. So some parents, they think that way. That's why sometimes they send their kids to learn Chinese a lot more, and then the tradition, the way of doing things.
I don't think it's wrong per se. Like you said, there's a lot of opportunities now in China with the more people, and I mean, at the end of the day, even if you grew up here, you still look Chinese, right? So people expect, I think, in a certain way that you speak the language, right? So I'm glad I can speak and have a decent conversation. What about your daughter? How is she in Mandarin?
Her Mandarin is fine. I guess fine, probably when you were 9, probably the same level as when she's 9. So she speaks more when you were 9, I guess, because we live with my in-laws. So she has no choice.
But that's how I learned as well. I was learning with my grandparents. I had no choice. So at home you only speak Mandarin.
Mandarin.
It's important, I think.
But with me, most of the time she speaks English. Most of the time. Okay.
You should tell her maybe.
For me, I don't really mind.
You don't really mind?
Because I lot of time I speak English as well. Myself, I start the conversation with English with her as well. It's more like, for me, it's more like English than every day I use English a lot as well. So it's somehow like, I think English sometimes too. So it's kind of weird. Being here a lot of years, so learning English is my big thing because I like what's happening in the United States. So I follow their stuff.
Well, for sure, it's more difficult over time. Let's say your daughters, your grandkids, if you have some, or to keep the language.
Yeah, for
the third generation, right?
For me, as a parent, like to my daughter, I would let her do whatever she likes. Like I'm not saying like you want to learn Chinese or like some. For me, she's here. It's like you born here, you find your friends here. You find I guess her best friends are like kids not Chinese.
No.
Yeah, no. In the new school, they're like it's for kids as long as they're comfortable. They like playing with, having fun with. So for me, I don't think parents it's the kids follow their own instinct. You don't like forced like try to guide them into let's meet this kind of friend. Let's meet that kind of friend. It's
but I think naturally when she gets a bit older, she maybe feels more connection with people who are similar to her, similar backgrounds. I think so.
But she's more English a lot.
But that's what happened to me because when I was younger, also maybe one thing is because my parents immigrated early here, so when I was younger.
Not so many Chinese.
Not so many Chinese, and even the Chinese, most of them speak Cantonese.
Cantonese,
when I came. So a lot of my friends, were Westerners.
Okay.
But over time, even like CEGEP, more university, still, you still have friends from
everywhere.
Yeah. But like I was telling you, they still have a group of friends who are
we have a neighbor like the Chinese boy and her sister, his sister. So my daughter used to play because we just cross street. Like the neighbor, they used to ride bicycles together.
Okay.
Yeah, but weird in the COVID, they were super careful.
Okay.
So my daughter was playing with other kids. They did not want to play. They did not want to because that's the parents saying like stay inside. Don't. But we were not that careful.
That's strict.
We were fine. And because it's too close, we play with the boy, and another is very close. But other than that, it's a lot of other kids, all different backgrounds. Like she's having, it's interesting. But my idea is like whatever she feels comfortable. Like you in Montreal, you have almost nothing to do with where I grew up. It's almost. You don't want to make the connection if the connection is not there. Unless I go there every year, unless I go visit China really often to bring her together. Probably she will say, "Oh, I have a connection. I visit this city. I visit this place so often. Like it's my second hometown. But right now, Montreal is her only hometown. There's no second hometown. It's and then she's really. I guess her French probably a little bit better than her English because of the French school, But she really likes speaking English. Like
English, okay.
Yeah, because of YouTube, all those kind of games. YouTube.
Yeah, English. More than French, right?
I guess she speaks with her friends like most time English.
Okay. But also in the West Island, right? There's a lot of English speaking.
Yeah, a lot of English speaking. Okay. So that's why I'm curious about second generation. One day I will see my daughter when she grows up. What's like? It's everybody has their own ideas.
But I think what's nice here in Quebec is I guess you have more opportunity compared to when you were in China. Let's say your generation or my parents. There you had no choice, to work hard or do something. I mean here you have much more opportunity. If you just do something relatively okay, you can end up relatively okay if you just do something.
You don't have to be perfect.
No, that's it.
Eat more. Let's finish everything.
Finish. Wow.
This one not bad actually. Yeah. The spicy citron powder is. I eat a lot. Tomorrow I am not eating anything.
Tomorrow. So do you really do that? You do one day, you eat.
Yeah, seriously.
And you skip the whole day?
Yeah. Last month I lost almost 10 pounds.
No way.
Yeah, it started 2 months ago already. Not eating much, not eating very little during the day, and then work really hard in the restaurant. When we have a very busy day, I was working in the kitchen several hours.
Eating, right?
Not eating, and also you lose a lot of weight. That's the perfect day. Busy, you make money, and then you lose weight. And when some day is really slow, not so much business, you're sitting there, you kind of stand there, and you gain weight and then lose money. So it's crazy.
So you rather have the days where you don't eat.
And then when you're busy, time really flies, and then you're kind of running around everywhere. And then
so if I see you lose weight, that means business is
good.
Yeah,
business is good.
Makes sense.
When I got weight like龙奶多, that means we are bankrupting.
So next time I hope to see you very skinny.
Yeah, very skinny. I try. It's like even I'm not right now. Last week I was lighter than I was in university.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I used to eat a lot in the university. I used to eat a lot, but I play basketball, running around, doing young people, But you don't lose that much weight. But then last 2 months or 3 months, I eat very little. I lost 10 pounds. That's why I thought I could play soccer much better. But then still the same way.
Come on.
Because it's I below 65 kilo.
Really?
Yeah, I was 70 kilo, around 71, 72. Then within 2 weeks, I dropped like almost 5 kilo.
Isn't that a bit fast? What do you think? 5 kilos, 2 weeks?
It should be fine. It's just as long as you can keep that level. Because 65, 66, I was on 66 for a long time, for almost 2 weeks. So yesterday,
your body is used to that weight.
So yesterday, I probably 67, 68, 67.5.
Okay.
But tomorrow probably 68.
So then you don't eat for 2 days. You 66.
Yeah, you will be back. 66 will be 65 is my ultimate goal. I was twice below that, like 64.5.
Okay.
The 2 times only in the last 2 months. 2 times I was below 65. I was super happy. That was amazing. It's like achievement.
Yeah. But sometimes it's also, let's say, water weight, right?
But if you keep the same week, the whole week around the 66, 66 or 67, less than 67, 66, 66 is pretty good.
I mean, for you, I think your weight is good. It's perfect for soccer right now.
Should be 65. 65 would be good.
I think more than that, you have like knee issues or
gonna give it the actual pressure.
You think so?
Oh, one time, 2 months ago, when I walk in the street, actually, I feel I was really light.
Yeah.
When I was walking in the street, I feel like it's kind of weird.
No way.
Yeah. When I walk, like
just a couple kilos difference.
Yeah, 5 kilograms.
If you feel better, you think.
Yeah. That's why I thought this time I really need to shine. Really would have shine in the tournament. I thought I was gonna score some great goals. Yeah. And then can run a lot faster, longer. But then, like when I was substituted, like went on the field, like 1 minute, I feel chest pain. Right? Get when you run.
That's why sometimes it's not
super physical. It's a.
I mean, certain aspect also it's you gotta practice the cardio or running, not only the weight, right? But like my father, same thing. He tells me, I think it's in his head mostly. He's like, let's say over 70 kilos, I get knee issues. Because my father, he he says when I over that weight, I can't run.
But he's I guess he's less than 65, right? 65 kilo. He's skinny. He's really skinny.
Yeah, he's about 65, I think.
Yeah, I guess 65. Because like last time when I checked the team photo, like several guys really skinny.
Yeah. He watches his weight.
And Lao Yao, same. Lao Yao is so skinny. And Abu.
Yeah, all of them, eh?
Yeah. And the Xiaoqiang. Do you know the Xiaoqiang?
Xiaoqiang, yeah.
Yeah. When you look at the picture, what the hell? That's why they play good.
Yeah, especially at their age, right?
Yeah.
It's the limiting aspect is really the physical aspect, the running at their age. So if you can run faster, you have a much more advantage.
Yeah, without shooting this video, probably I will keep that around 65. To be honest.
Really? So I'm so sorry for that.
Not only today, it's yesterday too.
Also, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, 2 days in a row.
Yeah, 2 days. Yesterday was with a lady, and we kind of finished 4, and today we have 4.5. It's the appetizer. So 2 days in a row. We finished last week with another William Rossi. William Rossi, that guy, young as well. We finished 5.
Really?
Finished everything. So within a week, we got 3 big meals.
3 big meals.
It's very tough to handle.
But do you eat? Let's say when you eat one big meal, like say per day, you don't eat for the rest of the day. Today, let's say this morning, you didn't have anything to eat.
No, if most of the day I don't eat. The breakfast is okay breakfast. Eat toast, the toast with the strawberry jam, and then 1 egg. That's all, and milk. And then during the day, because it's work like till 5, 7, 8, 9, nothing. Just some apple, 2 apples once a while, or and at night when I go home, sometimes get some ice cream. That's all.
Okay.
But if you keep that level and activity and then eat that much, normally lose like half pound or some half kilo here or there. But then once a while you get a regular meal and it bounce back a little bit. But if like a meal like this, it's gonna do a damage like for several days to recover. A half week.
Do you count your steps per day? Let's say when you work at the
No,
restaurant.
I don't.
Don't?
Yeah, this one has it. Yeah, the Apple Watch has that thing, but most time I put it like on a charger.
Okay.
So it's not
I'd be curious to see how much you walk around a lot, right?
Yeah. The restaurant, like especially in the front as a waiter, kind of runs a lot. The kitchen on the opposite, you don't move that much. If you don't move, it's like all like the upper body thing, and then like my foot, the toes, sometimes they are numb after a whole day walking.
Yeah, because you're standing the whole time.
Yeah, stand the whole day. And sometimes when I'm nervous playing soccer, I'm nervous doing the kitchen work as well. Like the toes, like grabbing like that. Over time, like 1 hour, like feel numb. Really, like I feel like I was getting old. I feel probably after a few years I have big trouble with some movements.
Well, when you think about it, a whole day, even if you're not doing any work, just standing for the whole 6 hours,
the kitchen
8 hours.
Kitchen work is crazy because all standing. It's all standing
the
like
whole time. It's not easy.
Yeah. So
every day.
Yeah. Even my wrist being. Actually, from the pandemic, I start working more in the kitchen. My wrist has the stiff wrist, very stiff, and this finger, certain level, certain angle. If I press, it hurts. Even today, every day.
Because you do the same movement.
Yeah. See, I guess.
Stretch it out.
I have a friend is a Chinese medication.
Okay.
Yeah, he told me like this finger here connect to whatever this half and this half. It's kind of but it overworked my kind of wrist or muscle.
Okay, that's what happened.
Yeah, I guess if if you touch this way, it feels the pain here.
Really?
Yeah, got the pain. That's not a big deal.
Not a big deal, but for now.
No, I don't worry about anything.
No.
I'm super confident about my body. So
that's good.
If it hurts, it will get better.
It will get better.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
No, if the body feels, it's the body's fault. It's not my fault.
Come on.
You're supposed to be you train your body.
Train your body.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to when I was a kid. We used to eat steamed rice, but only with soup. We did because we did not have meal. It was so poor. But then you are supposed to eat the rice and the soup separately.
Okay.
Or either one is early, before or after, it doesn't matter. But I used to mix them together. So it's like rice in the soup.
Okay.
Rice in the soup, the grain will separate.
Yeah.
The grains are going to separate,
Yeah.
and you don't chew them.
So it's easy to get down?
Not easy to get down. You don't chew them, and you put the stomach to work more.
Okay.
You know, it's supposed to be bad to your stomach.
Yeah.
Your parents my parents told you.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to chew.
Yeah.
Instead of like mixing the soup. So I always told them I have to train my stomach.
Okay.
They have to up to the job.
So then now you can eat anything and you can...
I never had a stomach issue though.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I trained them when I was super young.
So you can eat anything now. That's why you can go days without eating. You can eat a huge meal once
in a while. It's like a stomach of the camel.
Yeah.
Camels.
Yeah. Oh man. You don't mind, right?
No, it's silly. When I was really stubborn. Like I was like telling them, like I have to train the stomach. You know, it's like you have to be tough.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that habit is really bad. That habit is mixing soup.
Eat fast, right?
Yeah. You're not chewing. Yeah. So when you chew, you help the stomach. First step, right? Sure. Yeah, first step you
digest.
Digest. Yeah. And then because that time was so fast, and then I had the bad habit. They always, even my grandparents, they always told me it's not supposed to eat this way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a little bit tasty. The rice is no flavor, and then you have mixed with soup. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can still chew it. Mm-hmm. Just.
But it's separate. You kind of easy to go down already before you chew enjoyable. Them. Yeah. Before you chew them. Yeah. So it's a lot of hard work in the restaurant. So
for sure.
It affects my soccer skills. That's my excuse. The pandemic.
How many years now have you had this restaurant here?
Totally, almost 9 years.
Just including the one in
in the Cottage, almost 9.
Already,
so I'm really experienced.
Yeah.
With almost 9 years. The February,
flies, right?
February, 8.5.
I think this location, I think it's better, right, than the one called Denage.
It is better, but it has more competition as well. So it's the same thing. Either way, it's the same, and you have higher rent. It's give you more pressure. Yeah.
I remember we had another one, but that one didn't go well.
That one was really bad. You being there too, I guess. The Anru one, the one in Anru. That one was really a failure from day one. From first day, we're losing money till we close.
Because of the population there.
It's us, I guess. Totally, it's us because the menu was not right. We use the same menu, so the demographic feature is different, and the people expect combos. We did not provide combos, and we do this twice cooked pork, and then people did not like that. And also, like I did not have time to manage the kitchen at all. The culinary I go there almost every day after work. En route was too far, so I only went there every 2 weeks or a month to give the staff checks. Not at all. So it's totally my problem. So
especially in the beginning, you have to be present more.
Yeah,
right?
if you don't have time to manage the business, you're not supposed to have the business. To be honest, to have a big chance to fail completely. So at the end, we give it away, and we pay the new owners like 4 or 5 months of rent.
No way.
Otherwise, they won't take it.
Otherwise, you're stuck with the rent.
Stuck. Okay. It's better during the pandemic. If we did not make that deal, and we much big trouble.
They stuck with paying the rent, right?
We did not know the pandemic gonna last that long.
Yeah.
They thought that like 2 or 3 months will be over.
No,
but it's like almost 3 years. Even today is not fully covered. Like restaurant business, at least give another half year or 1 year, so people are gonna really feel comfortable, like the spending everything. But if like China, super careful, like people like you look at the Queen's funeral and the
Chinese,
the vice president Chinese is the only one wearing mask. That's kind of the whole thousands of people only mask.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
that's a good job.
You know, it's interesting thing, but you never know. The winter, probably winter will get a little bit. You know, it depends on the Quebec government and say, okay, the winter is coming. Like I better get suit up with masks.
We'll see now. Hopefully it's recovering. Like you said, nobody ever expected to last this long,
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy. 3 years.
Yeah.
With after this winter will be 3 years, right?
Yeah.
All the small restaurants, if they, you know, a lot of them died already.
Yeah, a lot of them.
So after this video, now you asked me to ask you, do you want to be a captain of the team? You need to keep like the team, you know. You just spend more time on the team.
That's what he wants, yeah?
Yeah.
Who's the captain now?
Liu Fan.
Liu Fan?
Yeah. So the real captain have to be really good at, you know, cannot be me. I even, you know, who listen to you? Like you even don't know where you're standing, you know, where you stand. Oh, you cannot stop a ball. You know. So at the beginning, we were like several years ago, we were kind of planning for Lona Aido to take over to be a captain or whatever. But he's
always late, eh?
always late. He's no self-discipline at all. He cannot manage his own life. You know, it's there's no self-control, zero.
Come on.
Yeah, serious. Even his wife said that. Everybody knows that. There's no self-control. Otherwise, he's always committed to the team. So he's the best. He's good skills, and now he's too fat. Right? Otherwise, you see, he scored 4 goals already.
Yeah.
He's the scorer.
Top scorer, right?
Yeah, top scorer. Score. He scored 4 and make 1 penalty kick for your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Could have been 5.
yeah, could be 5. So you know he's too fat. But he's playing well. You know, if he's fit, if he's light, really good at his feel of the ball is really good, right? Yeah. He's best than a lot of people.
You're right.
Yeah. And Liu Fan, you know, it's 40. He's 1 year older than me, I guess. He's 1, yeah. So after several years, you have to take over.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, you have to take over the team. The team has been long history.
Yeah.
So even during the last year, the Lao Yu wants to give up, and he asked me to take charge. I said no, nobody gonna listen to me. So we keep going like Lao Yu will be still in charge. Overall, like to talk to people, you know. So Liu Fan is in charge of the team, but Lao Yu is more like the human coach. No, the human resources. So, but even though like when Liu Fan is old, you were being captain, so I still probably can help you in the human resources, like talking to people. Are you coming today? You know. Yeah. Even this morning, I called a lot of people to confirm the winter games.
Right.
The games so far we have all the sports we have 24 season tickets already confirmed. Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, 10 from us, 14 from McGill.
Okay. You're still playing at the Catalonia? Lachine?
Yeah, Lachine. So
it's that night, right?
9 to 11 Saturday nights. And you probably come once in a while.
Once in a while, yeah. 24, that's good, yeah.
It's amazing. We thought this year would be a little bit tough, but we had more people. We have to get rid of 2 actually. Because
not enough spaces.
Yeah. You can only sell 24 because they are season ticket.
Right.
So you cannot sell 25.
No.
Yeah, so 20. Wow. Yeah, pretty good. Even the McGill, they got 2 more. He got rid of 2 more. I got rid of 2 more. So,
oh wow!
Yeah. So this year is better than last year.
Yeah. Well, last year there was a team also with the pandemic. It was.
We played last year.
Last year you played. Okay.
Yeah, we played last
before
year.
That was no.
Yeah, only one winter we did not. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay then. I guess that's pretty much it. We cannot finish otherwise.
No.
It's still a bit trouble already for me.
Me too. All right.
So what do you want to add? Like something But you are fully committed, right? Could be the captain.
Yeah.
You will be the captain Kerry.
Yeah, I have to put in the effort if I want a big team. Yeah, it'd be sad to let it go.
Yeah, we have to keep the team strong.
Yeah.
Now this year we got more people. Actually, we have a lot of new people. Some of the Kangkang is pretty good. You play with Kangkang. Kangkang is we call the big Abu, big version Abu.
Kangkang, which is I don't know.
You take him 8-10 games already. He's playing the defender, but you know Abu is fast, right?
Yeah.
But Abu does not have skills to control the ball, and this guy is bigger and can control the ball, and fast, tough as well.
He's a new player.
This year, 1 year with us. So we call it Big Abu, big version of Abu.
Oh, really? Okay. So, Abu, he didn't play for the 40+ team.
No, he's only 30, 35, 30. It's really good, really good. Better than Abu. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Abu no skills, only fast.
No, Abu is good.
Abu is good.
He played good in the
really good games. Last tournaments, really great.
Yeah, he provided a lot for the team.
Anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
I think that's all. Yeah, it was fun. Food was good. Always a pleasure. Yeah, for sure.
Knowing you for 13 years.
Yeah.
13. When you're 30, 12 years.
Still,
yeah.
More years to go.
Great. And business owner as well, and young second generation Chinese. It's amazing.
I'm happy that you had me today.
Okay,
we'll
great.
Keep in touch.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
See you. Thank you.
Thanks.